Do you consume enough whole grains? Since they contain the fiber outer layer, nutrient-rich germ, and starchy endosperm, whole grains are a vital component of a healthy diet. Previously, it was believed that they primarily provided fiber to support heart and digestive health, but more recent research has shown that they also provide additional vitamins, minerals, high levels of antioxidants, and other beneficial plant-based nutrients. In today's video, we'll tell you about the healthiest whole grain foods that you should be regularly consuming, including sorghum and buckwheat. Watch till the rye barley, tama millet, and more, and to discover about the best oats in the world. Rich in soluble fiber, which decreases bad cholesterol and raises good cholesterol, and antioxidants, which are potent anti-inflammatory agents, oats may also lessen the risk of certain types of cancer. They are a wonderful source of fiber and include substances that decrease blood pressure: iron, zinc, phosphorus, and magnesium, selenium, manganese, copper, and thiamine. Although oats don't contain gluten by nature, they can be processed with other grains that do, so make sure to check the gluten-free certification label. Tell us right away what your favorite oat recipe is. Down below, in the second comment section, amaranth. Because it contains all the essential amino acids and proportions that humans require, including lysine, which other grains often lack. Amaranth, gluten-free amaranth, is regarded as a complete protein. It is also a good source of minerals like iron and selenium in South America, and is popped like miniature popcorn. If you enjoy pasta, you can use amaranth in place of couscous or amaranth flour. To prepare nutritious baked products like zucchini bread, banana and nut muffins, and pancakes, or carrot cake, third place. Although sorghum is mostly used in the United States for animal feed, the gluten-free movement has recently embraced grain for its versatility. While po sorghum is a pint-sized version of popcorn, community-cooked sorghum has a chewy texture akin to Israeli couscous. You can also use its flour in number 4 gluten-free baking recipes. Ezekiel bread, pulverized whole wheat and refined wheat are used to make Ezekiel bread. Millet, barley, spelt, soybeans, and lentils are all sprouted. The sprouting process is quite easy. Water is added to the nutrient-rich grains, which releases their energy and maximizes their flavor and nutritional value. It also makes it easier for your body to absorb the nutrients, such as calcium, magnesium, iron, copper, and zinc. Although some studies have deemed spelt flour safe for people with wheat intolerances, a 2018 review suggests that they may still wish to avoid it. Spelt is a variety of wheat that has a greater protein content than other types, with 10.7 grams per cup. Since the evidence is inconsistent, meaning that scientists haven't yet determined if number 6 is gluten-free. Typically used as a cereal in Japanese noodles and in granola pancakes or crepes, buckwheat is a gluten-free whole grain that includes antioxidants linked to a lower risk of heart disease and cancer. Bucket also rich in soluble fiber, which may help lower blood cholesterol and control blood sugar levels because not all of the grain is digestible. A quarter cup of raw food has 160 calories. It contains 5 grams of dietary fiber, 34 grams of carbohydrates, and 5 grams of protein. It is also rich in magnesium, copper, and manganese, number 7. The ancient grain, known as farro, resembles brown rice and has a nutty flavor. It can be made like risotto and is simple to add to salads, stews, and casseries. It is high in iron, which aids in the production of hemoglobin and the delivery of oxygen to every part of your body. It also contains fiber, protein, and magnesium. A serving of cooked farro, 25% of your dietary value, or 7g of fiber, is found in farro. 37 grams of carbohydrates and 7 grams of protein wheat, number 8. In addition to having a somewhat nutty flavor and a dense, chewy texture that is incredibly gratifying, wheat berries also provide more protein and fiber per cup than quinoa. They resemble brown rice. Ranks it the 9th best locally grown grain option for a plant-based diet. Whole oats and groats. Groats resemble wheat berries as well, and they can be used similarly. When they are cut, they become steel-cut oats. When they are rolled, they become rolled or old-fashioned oats. And when they are rolled finely and steamed, they are excellent because of their soluble fiber content, which is very calming to the gut and aids in the growth of good bacteria in the gut. Conventional oats do not contain gluten per se, but they are cross-contaminated with gluten. Additionally, 100% gluten-free oats are now available. Look for label number 10 for brown rice. Brown rice is actually just white rice in its natural state. It still has the brownish color coating, making it somewhat more nutrient-dense and higher in fiber than white rice. Like white rice, brown rice comes in a variety of forms, such as long, medium, and short grain rice. It takes a little longer to cook and has a chewier texture, but it can be used in most recipes that call for regular rice. Brown rice is also high in manganese and selenium. If you believed that brown rice was the only healthy option available to replace white rice, we have some good news for you. Options as well. To understand what we're discussing, watch this video, which is titled 10 Healthy Alternatives to White Rice. Let's go back to the 11 healthiest whole grain foods. An ancient wheat variety with a buttery flavor and a higher protein content, kamut is also high in iron and magnesium. Although it's not very easy to find, you might find kamut flour and puffed cereal crackers in the natural food section of the grocery store or whole food specialty stores. 12th corn. Rye. If you're watching your carb intake, rye, a gluten grain with a high fiber content and a low glycemic index, might be beneficial. Consumption, which is also rich in vitamin B6, iron, and magnesium. It is a component of the Nordic diet. For instance, pumpernickel bread contains rye bread and rye flour, and in certain places, TR, a hybrid of wheat and rye, number 13, may be available. Although rye corn is sometimes referred to as a vegetable, it is actually a grain. It may raise suspicions due to its use in unhealthy goods, like high-fructose corn syrup, yet in its purest form, it is a rich source of antioxidants. Look for it in a variety of hues, including yellow, white, blue, and even purple. For popcorn number 14, make sure to eat it right from the cob or toast the kernels. Bulgur, another wheat derivative, bulgur, is made by boiling, drying, and shattering wheat kernels. It is very adaptable and contains 8.19 grams of fiber per cup and cooks in around the same amount of time as pasta. Better beats quinoa, oats corn, and millet buckwheat are under category number 15. In addition to having a higher dietary fiber content than any other grain and a variety of phytochemicals and soluble fibers, barley is typically served in soups, salads, and grain bowls. These antioxidants can boost immunity and lower harmful cholesterol. 160 calories are found in 1/4 cup of raw whole barley, 34 grams of carbs, 6 grams of protein, and 8 grams of dietary fiber. It also contains a lot of B vitamins and manganese selenium. Number 16, whole wheat. Because it still has its fibery husk, whole wheat flour has a thicker texture and a darker color than refined flour. Since whole wheat has become more popular, finding items in the grocery store is not too difficult. Make sure the ingredients list includes whole wheat flour. Some goods say they are manufactured with whole wheat flour, but if conventional flour is listed first, there is more white flour in them than whole wheat flour. 17th, a 1/4 cup of uncooked millet, an Asian grain that is gluten-free, contains 210 calories and is used to make congee and stir-fried foods. It's high in 42 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of dietary fiber, and 5 grams of protein. Manganese is rich in antioxidants and a good source of copper, thiamine, magnesium, phosphorus, and nickel, number 18. These little grains, TEF, are far more powerful than their weight class. In terms of nutrition, 1 cup has 123 milligrams of calcium, is a rich source of vitamin C, and is gluten-free. Its main ingredient is high-resistant starch, which research indicates may help prevent colon cancer. When resistant starches pass through your small intestine, they are not immediately broken down. Instead, they remain in your large intestine, where bacteria feed on them and produce fatty acids that reduce the environment's hospitability to bacteria that could damage your colon. Because of its small size, it can cook swiftly in contrast to other grains. Depending on the desired texture number 19, it can take anywhere between 12 and 20 minutes. Freya fra is a wheat that is harvested early when the leaves are yellow and the seeds are soft and green. It is then roasted to give it a smoky flavor. It has a low glycemic index, more than 4 times the protein of brown rice, and a ton of fiber that is good for your colon. You can get crazy with Freya by cooking it like rice. It cooks really well and peels off and makes risotto. Including these whole grains in your diet will benefit your health greatly. You should stay away from refined grains. Discover more about the foods that contain the most refined grains by watching these 2 videos about foods to avoid at all costs if you want a healthier liver, or foods you must avoid if you want to lose weight. If you include whole grains in your regular diet, please let us know in the comments section below.